Thanks for tuning in today. I'm John Holmes and we're going to do another video on the Sur Ron B, but it's a little different pace today. I'm going to attempt to replace the fork. Alright, so this may be a longer video. We're probably going to do a cut on this so that it looks a little bit more streamlined, maybe 15 minutes or something, when in actuality would probably take me an hour or two to do this. So my plan today is to replace the fork. As I've mentioned in previous videos, I've been having with the air spring, it's leaking from the bottom positive chamber to the top negative chamber, and it's been getting worse and worse to the point that I'm kind of getting sick of trying to repump the shock up constantly and rebuild it. And yeah, it was a good thing that I actually started getting into this, because it turns out I lost a bolt on the bottom on this this clamp, and one of the nuts on the side had actually fallen out too, which very recent. I thought I heard something fall last time that I rode, maybe time before. I didn't see anything, and it's a good thing that I stopped though, and just did some maintenance. This is kind of a good place for me to say you need to be doing maintenance on your bike. Every time that you ride it, you really need to go through, do a visual inspection at least, and check over your bolts every couple of hours. It doesn't matter if you use Loctite or not, honestly. Maybe tell me how often you go through your bikes. Let me know in the comments how often you do maintenance on your bikes. Is every couple of hours of riding good enough, or is this something that really should be like every time you ride? I tend to do every time I ride, but obviously I didn't this time. And I rode here on this bike and could have paid for it. The front end could have fallen off. Technically, the front end could have fallen off on me, but fortunately we didn't have to go that far. And so I've already done a little bit of work so far. I took the front wheel out and made sure that the front wheel fit in my other fork that I'm going to attempt to do to install on here. So here's the fork that I'm planning on putting on there. It's a Boxer World Cup. I forget if it's like 7 inches of travel. It's probably got, it's also air sprung, but I've never had a problem with this guy. Yeah, I don't remember what year this is. I want to say it's probably like a 2011 or maybe newer. I don't even know how long I've had it. Bought it used. So that's the plan. While I'm doing work on the bike, I'm going to go ahead and swap the rear wheel back out to a 19-inch. Since I really like the bike geared down though, what I'm going to do is switch out the stock, what is that, a 48 tooth for a 58 tooth, because I don't need all the speed that the stock setup gives me, and I've really been liking having that smaller wheel on the rear for the torque. All right, I got to stand up and get out of frame here to yank this off. There we are. Cool. So we got 3 bolts on the upper clamp. There we go. Yep, so there's our upper clamp. Just slide right out. Comes right off. There we go, 58 tooth. And use the old torque meter. Yep, that's enough. That's my torque meter. All right, so we're at a stopping point now. We're gonna roll down to the bike shop and see if I can maybe borrow some tools from them. We're on location at Walt's Bike Shop. They were kind enough to let me borrow their Crown race puller. All right, so essentially we should be able to install this over the race and then just yank it off or pull it off. Race number 1. Easy does it. Yeah. Success. All right. Big thanks to Walt's Bike Shop here in Columbia, Missouri, letting me borrow the one tool that I didn't have. We'll just call that good. Meet you back at the shop. I'm just going to slide this in and hope for the best. There we go. And might as well just swap out the brake pads, since these brake pads are pretty much non-existent. Take that off. And I'll need to take the little top hat from that side too. Alright. And while I have this apart, I guess now would be the time to change out my brake pads. A little longer. think we got a winner. And I got these chain rings and chains from aebikes.com.au. He is the New Zealand distributor for these, for the Sur Ron. And he carries a lot of parts that Lunicycle doesn't seem to be interested in carrying, like 58 tooth sprockets. Yeah, look at that. So, it's just gotta baby it though. Gotta have good throttle control, buddy. You don't want it falling apart on you while you ride. There we go. Pop, right back in. So we gotta loosen. There's a little nut at the base. We gotta loosen that first before it'll move. Make sure our tire is centered. And we don't really want a lot of tension. We don't want too much tension. There needs to be some deflection to the chain. Now we'll give her a test and see how that chain line sounds. I hear mostly motor noise, so I think we're good. If y'all got any questions about what I did today, changing out the wheel, changing out the sprocket, changing out the fork, give me a holler down below in the comment sections. Any questions that you have, or maybe you need to replace the fork on yours. And in that case, tell me what kind of fork you're going to put on yours, and also what kind of headset, because I need to get a new headset for this guy, and I'm not sure what to get yet. Yeah, thanks for tuning in today. If y'all do have any other questions, be sure to put them down below. If you want to see more videos, be sure to give us a subscribe, and the little indicator button next to the subscribe that actually gives you the updates when I send out new videos. So thanks for tuning in. Have a good one.